in this section, I am explaining the geography and general background of Korean art and civilization. So this is books published by me so far, and there are more books that I can introduce to you. I am doing research on Asian American artists, like here Asian American artists. And then I was originally a medievalist. So if you are illustration major, I actually studied your predecessors in the middle of the 14th century. So this is a book that I published, Jean Pucelle. It was a famous illuminator in around 1350. And then I also do a little bit of translation. So originally it was this book, and I translated a chapter in this book for a Korean translation. And for Korean art, we have a number of textbooks currently. And this book, do you see Arts of Korea? This is what we are using as a textbook. This is the textbook that we are using for the semester. This was originally a exhibition catalog at the Metropolitan Museum, and it was published in 1998 or so. So it's now being dated. There is a new book that just came out. So if I get chapters from that new book, I will let you know, and then you can read some chapters from that book as well. If you're interested in a short Korean art, you can buy this book. It's by Jane Porter, Portal, Korea Art and Archaeology. This is discontinued, but this is about 200 pages and a nice, concise overview of Korean art. Other books, these are mostly for Joseon Dynasty, and they were also exhibition catalogs. And Korean, this is available as used books, as new books, but this one shows contemporary Korean art, what young, not young, but like a Korean artists are creating as of now. And then there are some formats that I want to explain. So in Korean art, the kind of pictorial medium that we are studying looks like this. So the first one that you see on the horizontal here, it's called the hand scroll. And then we are going to see the vertical format called hanging scroll. But both of them are related to textiles, because painting itself can be made either on silk or on paper, but the mounting, the mounting part, the scroll itself, is always on silk. You need like this long, narrow silk fabric, and then when you store it, you roll them together, and then you tie them together so that it looks a little bit more like a bounty style, like a paper roll. And then this kind of holders, they are made of wood, and then you roll them together, and then you see the string over here. So strings are used for head in this case, but other strings attached outside of on the back side of the banner, you use it to tie the scroll painting, or you can have this type of accordion shape book format. So it's either double leaf or single leaf, double leaf, like a continuous, right? Or single leaf is one each. So you can have this kind of folded book album, or you can have a butterfly mounting, just these two, and then you can combine them, 6 of them, 7 of them, and then you bind them together. Or or you have a fan, right? This kind of fan, or you have a folded fan. So these are popular pictorial format. We don't have canvas type of this rectangular hard surface. Maybe we have a wall painting like this, right? Wall painting, but usually movable objects are made this type of hanging scroll, hand scroll, or albums, or fan, those kind of shapes. And it's common in China, Korea, and Japan. And then geography of Korea. So if you wonder where Korea is located, it is in northeast eastern part of Asia. Pacific Ocean is here. And then if you continuous from here all the way to Pacific Ocean, where do you go? California. It's far, but the next one after the Japanese islands is California. Korea is situated right here. These are like their current boundaries. And then it has a high-rise mountains on this. So the green areas are sort of fertile flat land here. The geography is important in development of large cities. It is close to China, so they either communicated through the ocean or people traveled from the land. And then this southern coast was very close to Japan, so that they had some contacts as well. So we are going to discuss some influences from China or from Korea to China, or the relationship between Korea and Japan. So currently, the Korean Peninsula is divided into two, and they are recognized as two different countries, North Korea and South Korea. In New York, we have people from North Korea too, diplomats or business people or refugees. You see quite a few North Korean people in New York area. And I myself came from South Korea. So the current capital of South Korea is Seoul. And then Busan is the second largest city. And then Daegu is adjacent, like here. And it used to be the center of textile production. Even today, a lot of garment factories, sort of a silk screen and highly professional textiles are created in this area. Silk, usually from Daegu area, like provinces. Gwangju is the center of cultural affairs. It's like a Daegu large city on the west side. And then Gyeongju, I really want you to remember the name of Gyeongju. That is an ancient capital of Silla, about 1,000 years. So up to the mid-term period, a lot of cultural objects that we are talking about came from this Gyeongju area. And then Jeju Island is the largest volcanic island, the southern part of Korean Peninsula. And there are not many cultural affairs on Jeju Island, but the most popular tourist destination, sort of a Hawaii of Korea. So if you ever visit Korea as a tourist, you usually land on Incheon International Airport. It's about 1 hour from Seoul. So you will go to capital of Seoul. And if you ride a high-speed bullet train to Gyeongju, it takes about 2.5 hours or so. So you can visit Gyeongju during the day. But usually people stay 1 or 2 days in Gyeongju because it's a interesting town. And then if you go like 30 minutes outside Gyeongju, it's a beautiful ocean villages or ocean views, and so people stay a little bit over here. And that is the DMZ line. Do you see demarcated border, DMZ, demilitarized zone? So above here you have North Korea. Korea is very small. It's smaller than Rhode Island. Anyhow, but what connects China, Korea, Japan all together? That is sericulture. Sericulture is a culture composed around the silk production. So silk produced as early as 3,500 BCE, like an ancient civilization. And then in Korean history, from Three Kingdoms period on, you see the record of people growing mulberry trees and then cultivating silkworms and then producing silk. So that ties China, Korea, Japan together, part of sericulture.